Hi, Prince.
Hello.
How are you?
Pretty good so far. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good, very well. Thank you for responding to this invitation.
Thank you for having me.
It's long due.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Prince, tell me, where are you originate from?
I'm from Brazzaville, Congo, Brazzaville, in Central Africa. Yeah, that's where I'm from.
And how long have you been here?
I think about 6 to 7 years.
How are you coping with America?
I'm loving it. I love the American culture. I love American people, and I just feel like this is the place that I was meant to be, and I'm just enjoying it.
Okay. And what do you do?
So it depends. I do a lot of things. I live. I enjoy everything. So what do you mean by what do you do? Like,
as a work?
I am a script writer. I'm a movie director. Now I produce movies and I edit and I write movies.
Do you have any movie out?
Yes, I have short films. Like, cause last year I entered this competition to submit like short films, about like 1 minute short films to like win a prize. So I made like 3 short films that I submitted to the competition, and one of the films ended up winning for that contest that I entered. And now I'm actually working on 2 big projects right now, like another short film, which is about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm actually working on another feature film that's about an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 20, 30 minutes.
What's the title of that movie that won?
Okay, the feature film. So the feature film is Undrafted. You know, that's the title of that film. Undrafted, yes.
Where is it?
What is Undrafted? So Undrafted is basically what we call when
is it streaming online?
No, it's I'm not actually done with it yet. I'm still like, you know, I'm in the production phase still.
Okay.
So I'm producing it right now. We're actually shooting and editing the film right now, post-production, and then.
So is movie directing something you study, or you were just born with that
Okay,
talent?
so I'm actually studying it right now. That's what I'm doing in school. I'm studying like movie production, film. But I started off as a graphic designer. Like I used to work with pictures and then creating advertisement, like making advertisement for companies and taking pictures and retouching pictures and stuff. And then at some point I just decided that I wanted to switch to something that was more pleasing to the eye, more animation and, you know, stuff like that. So that's why I switched to like producing movies now.
Okay. How many movies you have? Not your movies, like you're working on a project with other people. How many movies?
Okay, so the big project that I'm actually working right now, another person's project, I'm actually working with Akon, like the African artist. So I'm actually like filming this feature film. So we actually like we like producing it right now. That's the big movie that I'm actually working on so far. So
is it here in the US?
Oh yeah, we're shooting it. It's half of it was shot in Africa, and then the other half is being shot here in Hollywood, and I'm the one shooting. I'm the DP on it.
When is that movie gonna be ready?
Probably the movie's finished. I'm done filming it. Just have like a little things like, you know, intro, like the beginning, the intro, and the end, and the credit stuff. So that's what we're doing right now. And then after that, we just gotta see with the, you know, because they want to stream it on Amazon and then on Netflix. They want to see who's gonna give them the great deal. But yeah, the movie's actually like finished already. So we're just waiting for it to be out there.
Prince OBENI, you actually working as a movie producer already.
Yeah.
But you said you're going to school.
Yeah.
How are you managing your time with those 2 things?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I go to school from like 7 to noon. So I get like 7 hours in school. And then from there, I just come home and I just, you know, spend as much time as I can on my computer, you know, working on my own projects, you know. That's how, you know, I still have a life, you know. It's not like I just produce movies all the time. Like I still go out, still hang out, still go play basketball sometimes with friends. Well, you know, I go to school in the morning and then afternoon I work on my own projects. Okay,
but why do you feel the need of going to school if you are already working and making money as a movie producer? Is there really important to go to school? I just want you to give
I think it's knowledge, because you never stop like learning stuff. And then there's also a lot of things. Even though I've started producing movies a long time ago, there's still stuff that I'm actually learning in school, like paperwork, how to like, work with actors and how to like, write your script properly. Because when I started writing like scripts, it was just like all over the place because I didn't want to do it myself. I just did it myself, But you understand, like when you go to school, you understand what like the acts are, like how to structure your script so other people can read it. Because it's at some point it won't just be you. You have other people involved, like you have like directors, like DP, like you have a lot of people, and you have to be able to also like communicate, with them, tell them like this is what I'm looking for. So when you go to school, that's what you learn there. That's just the stuff that you don't teach yourself. But also like having a degree in what you do is like it's okay. You can tell people I produce movies, but they want to see something like what did you learn to produce movies there, and also having a paper, as they call it, you want the paper. So it's also very important to get your degree and graduate from your field, and that's probably why I'm going to school and I'm learning this. And then networking, meeting other people that do the same thing as you and see how we can all work together.
And how are you organized? Do you have any structure?
Yeah. So about I think about 5 months ago, I started my own company, my own production company, which is called Sapie-productions. Sapie is like my grandpa's name, so I just put it together, Sapie-production. So that's what that's what I'm working at right now, and I'm also trying to bring people from all over the place come in and help me build it up. So yeah, that's my little company right there, Sapie-production.
And do you have any movie from Sapie-production streaming online right now?
Yes, I have. As I said, I have short films. I have like 5 or 6 short films that I've produced already. That's actually on YouTube right now. If you just go on my YouTube, maybe on Prince OBENI YouTube, you'll probably see. They're pretty short though. Like I have like 35-minute short film, and I have like 3 like 1-minute short films, and I have like 1 10 or 15 minutes short.
In your life experience of a movie director, what was your biggest obstacle?
So in movie, they say that every project that you get on, like every project that you're gonna start to the finish of it, you have plenty of obstacles. Like even if you plan it, regardless of how good you plan your project, they're always gonna be obstacles. Like you have people not showing up, you have the camera not running, you have like the electricity not working the way it's supposed to. So I have plenty, and I had plenty, and I'm still getting plenty of obstacles, and I know that I will still get a lot of them. But I mean, if you have to talk about when I started, if I had something that really held me back when I actually started, I think the language would be the hardest thing. Because as a director, you have to know how to communicate with your actors. That's the key right there to like great production. Like you can have the best actors ever, but you as the director, you're the person has the vision. Like you're the one who has to guide your actors to do the stuff that you want them to do, so you can get whatever you want. So I felt like when I started off as a director, my biggest problem was being able to communicate with actors, be able to get what I want out of them. And I think like I got to a point where I got to a point when I understood that, and I worked on it to be able to to get what I want out of my actors. So I think the language barrier was the biggest barrier for me, the biggest problem for me.
What is your goal in life?
Okay, so my goal in life is to become the greatest movie producer, movie writer in Africa. The greatest. Like I want to be that one person that that brought a change to the African, to the African or to the Congolese movie making community. That's what I'm working for. Like even if it's not that I produce the greatest movies, but I at least can gain the knowledge from Americans, because we know they're the best. Like to get the knowledge here, learn from here, and then go back home and educate my people. So someday when one of those kids makes something great or outstanding, they didn't know, okay, this happened because one person actually made the sacrifice to learn there and come here and taught us, and now we feel like we can like produce the greatest movies. I wouldn't say in the world, but like let's be realistic, like in Africa.
I know that's a really important aspect to go back and teach other kids or just the youngster, because one problem we have in our society right now is representation. I'm always saying that representation matters. Like when you can have someone that you can look up to, you can relate to, like, oh, this guy's like me, and then I can just, if he's doing whatever he's doing right now, I think I can do it too. And that's exactly the goal for elite. So thank you for.
I mean, that's what we're lacking right now.
Yes.
We're lacking kids back home are not. They don't have people to look up to. Because there's a lot of kids that want to produce stuff, but who's there to actually show them?
Yeah.
I was that kid myself, like 7, 8 years back home. I wanted to make movies. I wanted to like do something, but I didn't have somebody to guide me. You know, to guide me to do that, and I didn't have no one to look up to. I didn't know English, so I couldn't watch the American people. You know, I couldn't do that. But that's what I wish for our community. I wish those like 10, 8, 15 years old back home, they can be like, oh, I want to make movies like Prince OBENI, and I want them to relate to what they're seeing on TV, because you can watch Spider-Man with these buildings and stuff, still great movies, but those kids cannot relate to that because they don't live in New York City. So I would want to see good quality, good acting, good script, but in her neighborhoods, like, you know, na Simandako, na Barbo. It's like, okay, and that happens a lot. When I watch American movies and I see the Culver City bus passing by, I can relate to that because I live in Culver City and I see that green bus passing by, and I want African kids and African people to have that, to be able to relate to stuff like that. Beautiful,
beautiful. Yeah. I know you say you didn't have really someone that you could look up to, but I still want to put that question out there. Do you have someone until now that you can like look up to?
Okay, so in the movie,
like especially African.
African, yes. That's gonna be a hard one. Yeah. Like, I have my uncle though. My uncle who was very creative when I started off in this business, and that's one of the person that actually held my hand and took me into this artistic world. That's one of the person that I actually look up to. But in the movie industry, Congolese or Congolese directors or writers or African directors or writers. No, it's sad to say this, but there's no one that I actually like look up to and that I love his work, because I feel like I haven't seen something that pleases my eyes there. But I will get there. We get there, you know. And then that's so sad. That's unfortunate to see stuff like this, but I feel like we're learning, and that's what I always say. Like, African people are slow in learning, but once they get it, once they actually learn the material and they know how to handle the material, we just do some insane work. And we get there.
What about just in general, even here in America? Do you have someone you look up to?
Oh, a lot of them. A lot of them, like a lot of directors, a lot of like movie writers, a lot of producers, and then, you know, I'm trying to find my style, but I can't recreate the whole style. So I just take a little bit of everybody, what I like, the work that I actually love, and I go in there, dig for something that amazes me, and then I take that and add it to myself and add it to my own style, and then bring something nice out of it, outstanding out of it. Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
I know the field you're in right now is a little difficult for African to progress into, but at the point where you are right now, do you regret getting into that field?
Oh, definitely not. I love this. Like, this is what I live for. Like, and I feel like people don't really realize that, you know, we have a body and we have a brain. Like, the stuff that you do, because I see a lot of people exercising, I see a lot of people like running in the street because they know they care about their well-being, like their body. But also, like, to me, I felt like the brain, being able to like write movies, be able to tell stories, be able to write these stories, there's something that you give to your brain, you know, the challenges that you give to yourself, that I need to make something that's outstanding, that keeps your brain pumping. And that's the best part of it. I don't regret it, even if I'm not making any money right now, because that's what they say in school. They say you don't make movies to get money at this point. You know, you make money to produce your movies, to make your movies. You know, and at this point, I don't regret. I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it that I'm, you know, putting into this hobby of mine. Yeah.
France, I know in writing, we have people writing the, what they say, autobiography, like a story about themselves. Do you ever think of making a movie that's going to be about you?
About me? You know, also that part right there, it's tricky, because you don't want to be writing about yourself. It's like going out there, be like, I'm the best right now. People be like, oh, he's so cocky, you know. I don't want to write a movie about myself. I don't want to make a movie about my journey. But as I said, someday there will be a kid who will be like, oh shit, Prince OBENI he brought this to our country. Let me, and that's also what I want to, teach those kids. I want them to feel like, okay, you got to be grateful. You got to know who gave you what, and you got to be able to transfer that to other people, and then see how you can build up based on that. But I'm not planning on making a movie. If you're watching Drafted, and Drafted is like I said, my first feature film. There's a little bit of my journey in there. Half of it, it's a little bit of what I have overcome when I came to this country, like the language barrier, like all this stuff. But I feel like I want to tell my story a little bit, but I also took it a little to the side. It's still a movie that I still have to put some action in it. I still have to put some drama in there. So that's just a little bit of my life, probably a third of that movie is a little bit of the stuff that I went through. But the rest of it is just movie storyline. But I'm not planning on actually writing stuff about myself. I'm gonna let that to other people to be able to do that, and then tell my story.
Pastor Benny, what's a word that best describes you?
A word that
in your case, I would say, what's the movie that best describes you?
Movies. Okay, so should I give a movie title that that's gonna be a tough one. I have a lot of movies that I love, and I don't think those movies can relate to what I want to accomplish and stuff, because they're still movies. But if I have a lot of movies that I love, so I don't think that will answer that based on the movie, because I don't want to say the Matrix and then I feel like the Matrix is not something good. But if I have to say a word that describes me, it's just giving. I feel like giving is something that I really look up to, that I want to do, that I want to. That's something. When I get to a point where I feel like I have given enough than what I have received, then I feel like I have accomplished and I've achieved my goal in being on this earth and stuff.
Giving.
Yeah, giving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prince.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Thank you.